Pow. Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. We're going to get straight into it, but just before we start, go check out the link in the description. The Lean Muscle Protocol has dropped £15. If you want to gain lean muscle as quickly as possible and gain strength as quickly as possible and get wham, go check that out. Only £15. Go check that out. Also, go check out AMPS pre-workout. Use code LEO for 10% off. Link in the description. So, let's go on with the video. So today we're going to be talking about something I preach a lot, but it's the main principle behind my training, especially recently. I've been doing more research on it, is the high intensity training principle. And that is purely down to people like Mike Mentzer, Dorian Yates, and the people that really emphasize this type of training. Because obviously Mike Mentzer was a very well-known bodybuilder. He's the only bodybuilder ever to receive 100 out of 100 score on this. I don't actually know the actual app itself, but it gives you a score based on your muscular physique. It gives you a score based on your ability and what you look like, your ratios, etc. And this isn't even a bodybuilding channel, but obviously we like building muscle and building strength. So who better to take advice from than somebody who got a perfect score? So he also trained Dorian Yates, one of the best bodybuilders of all time as well. They're both some of the best bodybuilders of all time, but yeah, my point is, it works the best. I feel like it's the most honest way of training that works the best for me. Obviously everyone's different, but I've really enjoyed it, especially recently. Like, I just did a training session there. I did an upper body day because I train 4 times a week. I try and hit muscles twice a week, especially as a natural. And I hit a top set on every single muscle group. Literally one all-out set. And a lot of them I went to assisted failure. So, for example, on lateral raises, I'd have my other arm help me come up. Like, just kind of, it's the cable, say, for example, and I'll just help myself up. I'd hold it and because obviously that one's resting. And it just takes your body and your mind to another level, I feel like. And it's a very unique way of training. So obviously everyone goes, oh yeah, 3 sets of 12, you know. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to make the most out of your training, you want to get the most bang for your buck, there's a good analogy as well that he used. It was like, okay, if you keep hitting a stick of dynamite with a pencil, it's not going to go off, even if you tap it 300 million times. Whereas if you get a hammer and smack the dynamite, it's going to go off. And the same concept applies with training. I made a little short on that as well. Go check that out on my YouTube shorts. Is that the point of that is the stimulus. The stimulus to reward ratio, essentially, in that respect. And it makes total sense when you think about it, because in order to get bigger, who's not going to get stronger? Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying bodybuilders are the strongest people, because obviously you have strongmen and stuff like that, you actually train for strength, but you'll never see someone who's big that's not strong. So there is a linear progression with that, 100%. And that makes the most sense. And also, with the strength side of things, it's a very neural as well. You're training your brain, your neurology. I think that's the way to say it. Your neurology, how you're training your brain. Because obviously you see those people that's 73 kilos and they can lift like, I don't even know, 150 kilos on bench, right? That's because their central nervous system's used to it. And that also ties into high intensity training, because it's high frequency, yeah, but you have enough rest. Your central nervous system needs rest. I preach this in every single video. In order to do high intensity training, guess what? You have to have a high level of rest and recovery. You need to be having lots of sleep, good nutrition, good proteins, all that kind of thing. Hydrate. And you need to be approaching things with absolute vigor in order to approach your next level, your potential, your ability to progress. Because if you're coming into a set or a session and you haven't progressed in 3 sessions, I'd say, this is like the limit, then something's wrong. Something's off. And I've realised this recently. It's like, don't get me wrong, your progression will slow down throughout your years of training. But you still should be improving no matter what, because that's the whole point of training. You shouldn't be staying on the same numbers, no matter who you are. I don't care if you're me and you've been training 5.5 years. There's always a way. There's always something you can improve. There's always a metric. Like today, I usually hit 50 kg 50 kg chin-ups, like 50 kilos attached to me, for 4 reps. And today I did 5. Yes, it was sloppy. Yes, it was assisted. Maybe I gave myself a push off a little, because I use a box, obviously, because you have to hang there, and it's the pull-up's quite high up anyway. And it's about approaching that next level using your entire body, your entire weight. Even if you're not like about high intensity training, like Tom Platz was, another bodybuilder who was great, had massive legs, the quad father they called him. He still went to that next level. They all go to that next level of training where a lot of people don't really want to go, and that's why they don't make the most progression. So yeah, I hope this video has been helpful. I hope you guys understand what I mean and how the benefits have improved my training. I might go into a little bit more detail actually before we go. I did one top set every single time today, and I took myself to assisted failure, like I said before. But you literally have to do it until you can't do one more full rep, and then after you've done that, then it's like level 2, where you go on to a new level and you need to then rep that out. But it's not full reps, you're assisting yourself, and it's like, this is frying my CNS again, my central nervous system, but you're going to get the most bang for your buck, because your body's like, what is going on? Like, we have to adapt here, we have to grow, because obviously it's an adaptation. Muscle increase and strength increase is an adaptation from your body, from the stress that you are putting on it. Training is a form of stress, and you need to do the exact intensity required and the exact amount of training required. There's no point training 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're not going to get the most bang for your buck doing that. But we have this sort of notion, as Mike Mentzer says, that more is better when it comes to this, and it actually isn't. Intensity is best, and finding the correct amount of sets, volume and frequency is best, and rest, and the correct amount of rest is best. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have understood it. Please leave a like, please leave a subscribe. If you need any help or any comments about anything in this video, please let me know, and I shall see you later.